Alright guys, what is up? Welcome back to Avorion with LD7, and today we're going to be going for another Xsotan artifact, and this one is going to be the one you get from Operation Exodus. So as you're flying around, you will come across beacons, kind of like this guy here, in the lower right, and they will give you these kind of coordinates when you interact with them. So I'll just show you that. If we interact, Operation Exodus, be wary of pirates, blah blah blah. So this is going to give you one coordinate. So this is coordinate number 8, y equals 8. So what we need to do is find the number 8 x coordinate, which we actually have. So we've got both of these, so negative 241 section 8. So we need to go down this way a little bit. So we'll go ahead and warp. And what you do is you basically go around and find these beacons, and it'll warp you all over the galaxy. Like, that's kind of the gimmick with this mission. And once you get to the end, there will be kind of like a station in the sector that you interact with, and you'll communicate with some guys, and that will finally give you the artifact. So I think since we have both coordinates, that's basically like what we were trying to get. I'm hopeful that if we warp into this sector, it will just give us it'll be the artifact sector, so we don't have to warp around forever. I have found like a fair amount of beacons just, warping through and seeing what's going on. So we are here. There is another beacon, so we'll interact with that. X246, Y55. So this is giving us 2 coordinates. So this is kind of where the mission gets a little bit easier, like you have a directed path as opposed to just warping around. So kind of your steps here: first you want to go around, find those beacons randomly. They're going to be in hidden mass sectors. If you get a coordinate right, so like I had the X negative 241 coordinate initially, if you warp into hidden mass sectors along that axis, so different Y's if you have the X or different X's if you have the Y, that seems to work pretty good at getting you to another beacon, so you can get another coordinate and kind of go from there. That's what I did anyway, and it seemed to work out. So now we have to go to negative 246 y55. So 246 and 55 is going to be up here. So you do end up warping around a lot, so what I would suggest if you're going to do this mission, make sure you have enough systems for your hyperspace cooldown. That you're either at 100% so you don't have to wait for your thing to recharge at all, or, I'm only at 75%, which isn't too bad either. It's like maybe 10 seconds in between warps, and then you're good to go. So once you kind of go through all these sectors, I forget how many jumps it takes you through. It's like 4 or 5, I want to say. You will finally come across that station, and it'll have the artifact. We'll see if we can do it without cutting. If it goes too long, what I'm going to do is just, skip some of these jumps around so you can see me get the artifact. But this one is fairly easy to get. You obviously don't have any combat that you need to deal with. So there he is. He's over here. Okay. Can we hit him? There we are. Interact again. Now we've got our next coordinate, 286.94. Alright. So we'll just go over here. I think that's right. Did I read that coordinate the right way? Okay. Negative 286, positive 94. Okay, cool. I thought I did. I just wanted to double check because it would suck if you went to the wrong sector. I mean, I have pretty good warp reach on this. Like, what makes more sense to do in this instance is to go ahead and try and get like an insane amount of reach. So if you build a specified ship to do this, it's going to be a lot easier for you because you can fit in enough warp systems that you'll not only have the 100% cooldown or more, but you'll also have a larger sector jump reach. So, alright, so this is the AI, which actually I've been meaning to find. We're going to cover this in a different episode, though. So we'll come back to the sector. What I'm going to do... that's fine, whatever. But this was the sector... Really? It gave us Interesting. So this is one of the bosses as well. So I guess we'll just fucking go for it. Anyway, so you kind of just whittle him down, and the gimmick with this guy is he breaks up into smaller ships that you have to destroy as well. So kind of the strategy for this one, you want to break the pieces off as they kind of go, if that makes sense. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of a ball ache for you. You'll have all these ships kind of attacking you. Now, this boss is good for a couple of things. A, you get the Xsotan artifact from him, so yay, awesome, that's so great. But you also get a ton of systems, turrets, all that noise. So for the last artifact we're probably going to end up getting, you have to have at least 2 legendary systems as well as a Xsotan artifact, or 3 legendary systems in total. And you go to a research station and combine them, and that gives you the last Xsotan artifact. So just getting all these systems from killing these little ships, because they drop a lot, and the boss itself, this is a good boss to farm to get the systems you need to be able to do the research, because you can upgrade like lower level systems that aren't legendary into legendary systems, but it does cost a lot, because you need 5 of the prior level to combine with 100% chance of, you know, getting it to work into the next tier up. So like if I have 5 exotics, for example, or the orange ones, I'd be able to pretty much go through and combine those into 1 legendary system. And it has to be systems, not turrets. Turrets will not work, so don't waste them, because you'll be disappointed when you don't get the artifact and you lose your good turret. So just keep that in mind. You want to have a bunch of like, if you can find the legendary systems, that's the best, because then you don't have to worry about combining up a bunch of stuff. But yeah, either way, I mean, you can combine, you can just find them, and it's going to be all right. I mean, we're making pretty short work of this. Like, our ship is pretty good, all things considered. Like, I'm going to upgrade it before we do the barrier crossing, just so I have a little bit more shields than what I'm currently sitting at. Because, I mean, our ship has pretty good sustain, but the guys that come through when you first open the gateway are pretty strong. So I want to have more than enough shields to be able to survive, if you get what I'm saying. Anyway, we kind of have this guy mostly taken out. And then once we finish this, I do believe the beacon is in this sector. We just kind of lucked out that the AI was here as well. I have been meaning to find him. Like, I found him super early before our ship was anywhere near strong enough to be able to handle him. So I'm glad that we ran into him, actually, because this is one of the artifacts we are missing. So I guess what we'll do, well, I guess it's going to be 2 artifacts this time in today's episode. We're going to get the one from the AI, and we're going to get the Operation Exodus artifact. So, really? Pirates are going to jump in and harass us now? That's annoying. Whatever. So it's not bad. It just takes time, especially if your ship doesn't have great thrusters and all that noise, because you have to move around and take out all these little ships, and it, like, increases his health and shields. But it's not a big deal. I mean, we basically instantly destroy everything that breaks off. You just, you know, have to kill each one. So anyway, we are just about there. A couple more guys, and this one should drop the artifact. Yep, so there is the Xsotan artifact. We'll go pick it up so we can tell you the number. So Xsotan artifact 6 is what we just picked up, and that's from defeating the AI. So you find them just, you know, kind of randomly going through the sectors, all that noise. But yeah, what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and gather up all this stuff, and then I'm going to continue on with Operation Exodus. I'm going to cut here just because it's kind of boring watching me fly around pick up systems. We'll do an accounting so I can show you kind of what we got, and then we'll continue on. But we will see you in a couple minutes here. Alright guys, I just finished cleaning up, you know, all the systems and turrets and everything that I got from defeating the AI boss. So the Xsotan artifact 6 here, basically what it does, if you put it on, you don't need pilots, gunners, or miners on your ship, station, whatever it's installed into. So that's actually a pretty good artifact. But yeah, that's the one you get from the AI is number 6. So let's go back to Operation Exodus. Our next coordinate, -321, Y144. So, looks like there is a rift here. So I am going to try and go up this way so we can get above it, because we're kind of going to need to. But yeah, we got lucky. I was able to get out of here after gathering everything before the pirates showed up. Like, they were going to warp into that sector probably in like 20 seconds. So that was kind of nice. I didn't have to fight all the pirates too. But yeah, so hopefully we're getting close. If not, I mean, it's alright as well. Like, you know, who cares? But, so we need to get up here. That's annoying. Like, I'm hoping that this breaks in if we go farther in. I am also, like, as I'm warping around, like, if I find sectors with asteroids, I'm just adding notes so I can come back later. Because our, like, us as a player has pretty good passive generation now. I mean, I basically was down at 3 million probably less than 15 minutes ago, so we're generating a lot of credits an hour, at least as far as I can tell. So what I want to do, because I thought I needed to actually form the alliance with the NPC faction, is I made our own alliance, the alliance of Lone Debater 7, Empire. So yeah, I did this, whatever. I still need to do some emblems and all that garbage, but there's only just the stuff that I transferred. We'll go over alliances later, but I want to have some asteroids to set up some mines to start generating credits for the alliance as well, because it does make building more ships to expand your empire a lot cheaper. We'll talk about all that in another episode. We'll finish up what we're working on, but I just thought I'd mention that. Even if you don't have the credits to, found the mine right away, you don't really want to lose the asteroid, or at least at this point in the game for me, I don't want to lose the claimable asteroids, because, yeah, you could get 200,000 credits for selling it or whatever, but if you build a good mine, you end up generating that in, like, no time at all, and then it keeps making you money. So I'd rather, just wait until I have the money to drop in, found a new mine, and generate the credits. So we're getting closer. I've got to believe that we're getting close to the end of this one. So it's up here. What's gonna be the best way? Maybe this way? We'll see. I probably guessed wrong. I probably should have gone the other direction, but maybe we'll get lucky and we can warp above this rift. I'm so excited to get over the barrier, guys, just so we could get just a tiny speck of Avorion, so we don't have to worry about these stupid rifts anymore, because they really are annoying. Like, especially for a mission like this where you're literally warping across the galaxy, it takes so long when you have to go around the space-time rifts. Yes, I understand that I could go into like a faction sector and they might have a warp gate to jump you across it quickly, but I'd rather just keep the hyperspace cooldown lower by going into these empty sectors and warping around it. Like, it's not too bad. Like, it added an extra 2-3 jumps maybe for us, but that's not too bad. I mean, it only takes us 20 seconds to recharge our hyperspace core, as our ship is currently designed. If I was to add another gold level hyperspace cooldown system, then we'd have over 100% and it'd be instant, outside of, just the nav computer calculating the jump route. Oh, are you kidding? Really? That is dumb. Alright, fine. We'll go this way then. So, this is kind of what, like, I hate Operation Exodus. Like, this is the worst artifact, in my opinion, to get, just because it takes so damn long. You have to warp all over the world, and all of that, and yeah, it's just not fun, in my opinion. I understand why they do it. Like, they want you to kind of explore the map and everything, but at the same time, I mean, I've already explored a fair amount of the map before getting past the barrier, so whatever, it's fine. They had to figure out a way to make it a little bit challenging for you to get this one, I guess. So they do that by making you jump all over the world. It's alright. I think we're getting close, though. I mean, we've hit 3 beacons so far with 2 coordinates in them. So it's either going to be this sector we're jumping to that has the artifact, or it'll probably be the next one, because I believe they only make you jump 4 or 5 times. So we'll see. Hopefully we get lucky and it's just in this sector and we can be done. If not, it's, you know, not the end of the world. The other thing to note, so you can farm a lot of the Xsotan artifacts, so like boss walks, AI, the 4, you know, all the boss fights. If you just go kill the boss again, you get another copy of the artifact. With Operation Exodus, it is not that way. So you can only get one of these systems, so be careful. Like, don't lose it, because if you've already gathered it, I don't think there's a way to get it again. So we've got at least one more sector we got to get to. At least this one is within 1 jump. That is nice. So we'll go over there, and maybe we're getting close. Just for some backstory on Operation Exodus, you know, feel free to read the actual, like, mission notes, because it'll probably do a better job explaining it. But basically there's this advanced civilization that fled the center of the galaxy to escape the Xsotan, and in so doing they kind of like left these beacons so you could follow around and find them. They've since crossing the barrier, or going out from the center, right? They have gone extinct, whatever, they're not around anymore, but they, you know, have one of the artifacts for you. So you have to go through, find their shit or whatever, and that's basically the idea of the mission. They're fleeing the Xsotan, and they give you their artifacts so you can go in and fight them. With that being said, we did get the AI artifact. That one's pretty easy. I mean, it's straightforward. It's just a boss fight. As far as shields go, I mean, I've got over 1 million, and they really didn't do much of anything to us. What I would suggest is you probably want maybe 300, 400,000 shields before you fight the AI boss. Just because if you have less than that, you might have to flee the battle so your shields can recharge for a little bit, and it'll take a lot longer. So yeah, just that's my kind of take on it. He only does like 1.3k Omicron worth of damage, so not that much, relatively speaking. Normally, by the time you get close to the barrier, you've got way more than that, and your shields are going to be sufficient. But in case you're looking for guidelines, you know, maybe 300,000-400,000 should do you just fine. So we are still going out. This mission typically takes you all the way out to the edge, or at least it has every time I've played it. So, you know, like I said, you're going to be warping forever to do Operation Exodus. So just be prepared for a long time commitment, relatively speaking. I mean, a boss fight is a lot faster than this one, just because, or at least it is for me, because my ship's overpowered based, you know, by comparison to what's in the sector and the bosses. So it's faster for me to get those ones in this after you find the boss. Anyway, hopefully we're close to done. I mean, I don't know how much farther out they're going to make us go. Like, we're almost at the edge, so maybe this will be the one with the artifact. I'm kind of hoping, because I know this episode's getting a little bit long. I guess we will have 2 artifacts by the end of this one, so if you're still watching at this point, I appreciate you sticking it out to the end, because I know it's not always the funnest to just watch me warp around in the ship for, you know, 20 minutes or whatever. But anyway, guys, what I'm gonna do, just because we're I mean, we've been warping for a while, I'm gonna cut back once we get to the end of these beacons, and we'll show off the Xsotan artifact. So we'll see you in a couple minutes. Alright, guys, so we are finally in the sector we are looking for, I believe. So I think it's one of these wreckages, maybe. Or this is kind of what it looks like usually. Normally they have like a wreck station kind of like this that you interact with, so maybe they have like a beacon over here. Like, why can't I select that? Oh, this is a little trick. So if you scroll out to strategic view or press F9 by default, it'll take you to that view. you can select stuff that's really far away. Okay, so this is the communication beacon. So this is the right sector, so we're at the end of the chain. What you do is you interact with this beacon, you establish a connection, it'll do this. Is this thing working? Who is this? Are you from Operation Exodus? Yes and no. I don't understand, blah blah blah, your ancestors. So this kind of explains what's going on. So we're just gonna click through this. If you want to read it when you do the mission yourself, feel free, or you can pause the screen, whatever. Not a big deal. So let's see. I think you just have to click through all the chat options, if I'm not mistaken, and then it'll give you the artifact. Or at least that's normally how it works. So yeah, you kind of have to play through the chat. It's not a big deal. Okay, cool. So we got the artifact. Mission accomplished. So this is Xsotan Artifact 1. It doesn't actually do anything, but you need it to open the gateway. So I think this one acts as the key to the gate, is what it says. So functions as some sort of key. So now that we have this one, we've got one. We're missing an artifact 2, I believe. We have all the rest of them. So we have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So all that's left is we need to do the research to get the last artifact. So I have enough to get... Well, what I'll do is I can combine some of these legendary systems down. So I'm just counting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's just say. So if we have 5, that'll give us one more of these. We've got 5 of these already. I don't necessarily... Well, that's okay. I don't really need this system. So we've got enough for one legendary, one legendary level system from the exotics that we've got. If we combine 15 of these exceptionals, we'll be able to get enough exotics to get our second one and then do the research for Xsotan Artifact 2. We will cover that in the next episode though, guys. So if you enjoyed the series or the video today, be sure to like, comment, subscribe as always. We went over defeating the AI and Operation Exodus, so we got 2 artifacts today, Xsotan Artifact 1 and Xsotan Artifact 6. So we're that much closer, just 1 to go, and we'll be able to overcome the barrier. We will do a video covering the research, and I'm probably going to see if I can fight the AI again, just to farm some more systems, because that tends to be a pretty good way to get enough to make your legendary systems. I also probably will go fight Boss Swokes again, because he also drops a fair amount of systems usually. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go do some grinding to get the systems we need, and then we'll come back in the next episode and go over the research that you have to do in order to get the last Xsotan artifact we need. But guys, until next time, this has been LD7, and we will see ya.